They say a man dies twice. Once when his heart stops beating, and again when he can no longer rise to the occasion. But here's what most men don't realize. For millions of men over 60, the very first sign of failing health doesn't show up as memory loss or chest pain. It starts right down there, when your manhood starts to feel off. Maybe it's not as firm, not as responsive, or just not working the way it used to. That strange squeezing, that tight sensation in your groin. You're not imagining it. That's your blood vessels trying to warn you. Ignore it. And you don't just lose your sex drive. You begin losing the very circulation your manhood depends on to stay alive. I'm Dr. Laura. I've spent over 30 years helping men regain control over their bodies, naturally. No pills, no shame, just real solutions. And today, I want to show you something every man over 60 deserves to know. What if I told you that the key to harder erections, smoother blood flow, and a healthier penis isn't in some pill bottle or surgery, it's actually sitting in your kitchen? That's right. Most guys blame age, but the real reason things go soft is fixable, and I'll prove it. In this video, I'm sharing 3 science-backed foods that naturally fight penile cramps, improve circulation, and help you feel like yourself again, without medication. One of them works so quickly, you might feel the difference in just a few days. Before we jump in, if you're a man over 60 trying to improve circulation, regain intimacy, and take back your health naturally, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. If anything in this video speaks to you, drop a 1 in the comments. If not, hit 0 and let me know how I can help better. Now let's dive in, starting with a food you've probably eaten before, but never realized it could completely change how blood flows to your penis. Part 2. Beets, the circulation charger. Beets. Yeah, that humble root vegetable. It might not scream testosterone booster, but I'm telling you, beets can make a world of difference. Let me explain. I used to think, like most people, that beets were just a side dish. But then I started hearing the same thing over and over from my older male patients. Firmer erections, more stamina, less tightness during intimacy. The common thread? They were all eating beets. Here's why it works. Beets are packed with natural nitrates. Your body turns those nitrates into nitric oxide, which is absolutely critical for healthy circulation, especially in the penis. Nitric oxide helps relax blood vessels. When those vessels expand, blood flows better. Simple as that. After age 60, your nitric oxide levels drop fast. That's when arousal gets sluggish, erections weaken, and that strange cramping or tightness shows up. That's not just aging, it's poor blood flow. Beets flip that around. They help reopen those blood pathways, acting like a natural pump primer for your manhood. A glass of beet juice in the morning or a handful of roasted beets on your plate. It's not magic. It's science doing its thing. And the best part? That's just food number 1. Part 3. Watermelon, the blood flow booster. Next up, watermelon. And no, it's not just a sweet summer treat. I used to think watermelon was nothing more than a refreshing snack. But the science says otherwise, especially when it comes to the white rind, the part most people toss in the trash. That rind is loaded with a compound called citrulline, which acts as a natural vasodilator. Translation: it helps open your blood vessels, gently, naturally. As we get older, those tiny vessels in the penis get stiff, narrow, and harder to work with. That's when arousal starts feeling inconsistent, forced, or even a little painful. Citrulline helps ease that tension. I call it penile cramping. Not quite pain, but that dull, annoying tightness. And watermelon can help fix it. One of my patients, in his late 60s, started blending both the red and white parts of watermelon into a smoothie every morning. Within 2 weeks, he told me he was waking up with firmer erections, and that awkward tension he used to feel during intimacy? Gone. No meds, no procedures, just a blender and a watermelon. And unlike the pills that push your body into a performance, watermelon supports your body's natural flow, working with you, not against you. Part 4. Pumpkin Seeds, the Erection Mineral Mine. Now let's talk about something tiny, but mighty. Pumpkin seeds. Most guys toss them out without a second thought. But these little seeds are absolute gold for your circulation and sexual health. Why? Because they're packed with 3 essential erection minerals: magnesium, zinc, and arginine. Magnesium keeps blood vessels relaxed and helps reduce that tight, crampy sensation. Zinc supports healthy testosterone levels, vital after 60. And arginine? That's the raw material your body uses to make nitric oxide. Let me tell you about one of my patients, a 70-year-old retired Air Force veteran, sharp as ever, but frustrated, not with his desire, but with the weird groin pressure he kept feeling during sex. I suggested one simple change: a tablespoon of pumpkin seeds daily. 3 weeks later, he came back smiling. No more tension. His morning wood returned. He felt strong again. You can toss pumpkin seeds into your oatmeal, smoothies, or just snack on them plain. They're small, but they pack a punch, and over time, they rebuild the foundation your erections depend on. Part 5. The circulation trifecta, why they work better together. Now here's where things get powerful. It's one thing to eat a healthy food here and there, but when you combine the right ones together, especially ones that support the same system, the effects multiply. That's what happens when you bring beets, watermelon, and pumpkin seeds into your daily routine. I call it the circulation trifecta. Beets open the gates with nitric oxide. Watermelon soothes the tiny penile vessels and reduces silent spasms. Pumpkin seeds provide the fuel, magnesium, zinc, and arginine, to keep everything running smoothly. Together, they support blood flow, hormone balance, and vessel health in a way no pill ever could. And I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s turn things around just by being consistent with this simple trio. No extremes, just a plan that works. And speaking of plans, Part 6, your simple 7-day action plan. I've had so many men tell me they believe in the science, they're motivated, but they just don't know where to start. That's why I created this no-stress 7-day plan. Morning. Start with a small glass of beet juice on an empty stomach. This kicks off nitric oxide production and jumpstarts circulation. Mid-morning. Blend a watermelon smoothie. Use both the red flesh and the white rind. That's where the citrulline lives. It's refreshing, and it works. Afternoon. Grab a handful of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds. Keep them in your bag or near your desk. Let them quietly do their job behind the scenes. Pair this with plenty of water, gentle movement throughout the day, and a few minutes of mental check-in. Remind yourself you're not just surviving, you're rebuilding. This is about rhythm, not perfection. Part 7. Final doctor's message. You're not broken. I want to leave you with something personal, because I've seen too many men give up on themselves too early. If you're in your 60s, 70s, or even 80s, hear this. You are not broken. You're not too old. And you have not missed your chance. Yes, we've talked about erections, blood flow, and circulation. But this isn't just about function. It's about identity. It's about connection. It's about reclaiming your body and your confidence. So many men experience a quiet kind of grief when things stop working, but you don't have to stay stuck there. You can rebuild, you can heal, and you can thrive. Your body still remembers how to feel good. You just have to give it the right support. Part 8. Conclusion. This is where it begins. If you've made it this far, thank you. That says a lot about who you are and what you're ready for. Today you've learned how beets reignite nitric oxide, how watermelon calms the vascular tension, and how pumpkin seeds refill your mineral tank. But more than that, you've been reminded that your strength, pleasure, and vitality are still within reach. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about stepping into this next chapter with clarity and control. So try the plan, listen to your body, and remember, this isn't the end. This is where it begins. If this video helped you, even just a little, hit that like button, leave a comment, and share it with a friend who might need it too. And if you'd like to support this channel so I can keep creating more content for men like you, consider a small donation. Every bit counts. Thanks for watching, and more importantly, thanks for showing up for you.